All right, so if we build this now, it should build fine. And what we do here, we can basically explain the situation by saying, hey, let's go to the definition of this, right? So this is the definition of cster, right? Return pointer to null terminated non-mutable array. And what happens is that this cster returns lm. lm apparently is a character char, right? So it returns constant char pointer. And that's why when we intend to have a function that takes a result of that call, better use a constant pointer to a character. And then it will compile. So it would be illegal to do something like this. You know. This would be totally, it would be legal if this was a mutable character pointer. So cster is a pointer to character. However, if we make this const, then this will no longer compile. And that's exactly what is intended, to make sure to prevent something like this as a result of essentially prevent modification to the content of string 1 outside of this class, because we say, hey, give us, you know, an C string 0 terminated string equivalent of what's inside S1, and then we want to do even more, then use it to modify the content of the string. This is this is not allowed. So that's why such function that takes this pointer has to specify that this is a pointer to constant character, and therefore using it like this is not allowed. But this is a read-only access, so this is fine. All right, so there is a conversion to this, right? And this cster call does the work. So there's more examples there, like using cstring functions to open a file, which expect older style names of files and so forth. We just demonstrated this in our demo. Search uses find, right? So search uses find. And I know it's getting late. We're already 3 hours into this. I think we will refresh this talk a little bit next week. So now I would like to just kind of abandon this presentation and kind of, you know, just slow down a little bit. But there isn't really that much, I mean, left. There's search, there's comparison, that we can talk about some non-member functions to discuss, and very simple advice. So we dealt with with all the, you know, tough specific things regarding the string already. So we're in extremely good shape regarding the coverage of this. And we have the recording of it, so you can always go back and refresh that. So right now I would like to spend just like 1 minute introducing the substring class assignment. Something to think about. Something you can read, something you can think about. I know many of you still working on the list implementation of the stack, integer stack. So, but we spent a great deal of time talking about it today. But here's an idea. Is basically, this is from the C programming language book, 3rd edition. I'm actually waiting for the 4th edition to arrive in my mailbox and start reading it. So it says in the book, Bjorn Strusser says, experience shows that it's impossible to design a perfect string. People's taste, expectation needs different too much for that, right? And that's reasonable. So the standard library string isn't ideal. I would have made some design decisions differently, and so would you. right? If you were designing this string class from scratch. However, it serves many needs well, right? Some additional functions to serve further needs are easily provided, and string is generally known as available, right? Every compiler will provide access to string, so it's portable, it's very standard. So writing your own string classes has great educational value, right? If we could have a homework assignment that would say, let's design our own string from scratch. How would we do that? Similar to what we did with stack. Manage individual integers, maintain a stack class, right? But for code meant to be widely used, the standard library string is the one that you should be using, right? So straightforward advice. Interestingly, if you think about subscripting, if you think about assignments, if you think about comparisons, appending, and other pieces, a lot of these operations refer to the substring, a fragment of the string, not the entire string. Like, let's assign this fragment new text value. So no general substring facility or class exists in the C++ standard library. So our assignment is to design a substring class. And so that's the future project that we're going to give some attention and basically spend next week doing some prototyping. So I would say read a little bit, just get familiarized. We're going to spend quite a bit of time with this challenge next week. We introduced the string, you get the flavor of it. Now the next challenge is this. We're going to essentially get a good grip on this challenge to design a substring, and there's some code already that exists, and we're going to talk about this particular project. So thank you very much, guys. We will continue on with this next week. If you'd like to ask questions, stay longer. We can do it tonight. Other than that, that's pretty much concludes what we can cover this week. Thank you.